What's up, guys? In today's episode, we're going to talk about Metallica's Lux Eterna. I know, beating a dead horse. Stay tuned! What is up, boys and girls? It's your boy, Luis Torres. And man, before I wanted to make this video, I wanted to give it a little time just to see what everyone else's response was to, or would be, to the new Metallica song. And of course, this song just came out of left field. No one was really expecting it. It just landed, and man, there's two camps, right? There's the I absolutely love it, yes, Metallica, heck yeah, and then there's the man, they kind of fell on their face. I am kind of in between the hell yeah Metallica, just because they're like 70 years old at this point, along with the meh. It's almost like this generic song, like, you know, I listened to it the first time and I was just like, I'm kind of a little indifferent about it. I don't love it, but I get their angle. I get that they're trying to almost make this comeback of the style of music they used to write. I personally don't like E standard tuning. I just think that heavy music has kind of leaned more towards the down tuning of a 6-string guitar, or even playing a 7-string, either predominantly in B or dropping the first string. So yeah, I think the soloing is completely weak. And it was typical Kirk Hammett, using a whammy pedal or wah pedal, using his whammy bar a little bit here and there. But I could hear, oh, okay, that bit of the solo is literally from a song from Ride the Lightning. Okay, that little piece of soloing is from a song from Kill 'Em All. This part is kind of reminiscent to a song in Master of Puppets. So, but it's just his style. So, when you have your style, how do you, as a guitarist, deviate from that without practicing? And again, they're older now, so I can't imagine Kirk Hammett just going ahead and wanting to learn all of these different sweep patterns and using different modes and different scales, because the guy's a pentatonic guy, so everything's pentatonic-y. And listen, the guy's infinitely better than me. If it weren't for Metallica, if it weren't for guys like Kirk Hammett, with their soloing, everything would be completely different. Everyone would sound like, Jeff Hanneman and Kerry King, where, those are probably two guitarists that you never want to necessarily learn how to solo from. Kirk probably knows a little more. He has the provenance of saying that he was taught by, what the heck is his name? Not Steve Vai. Jesus Christ, I forgot. Surfing with the Alien. So yeah. So, let me know what you guys think. And again, I understand that, and I understand that people love it, and then there's people that hate it. Again, I can't stress that I'm kind of in between. I love the fact that they're still around, which is my angle of loving it. Here are these older guys still playing heavy music. But at the same time, you can't help but kind of consistently consider the fact that all of their music is predominantly James and Lars still doing exactly the same thing. Nothing necessarily, there's no deviation from, exactly what he did in And Justice for All, where everything was kind of the same. I feel like And Justice for All kind of shed light on Lars not necessarily being the best drummer out there. He's a drummer in a big band, not a great drummer. And I feel like it's kind of like a dull, normal kind of drum playing. Robert, the guy is a sick bassist, so there's only so much that you can do as a bassist in a song. The guy always kills it, no matter which way you try to spin it. But the rhythm I thought was kind of weak, and the lyrics are kind of like generic, but you have to understand, these guys live in $1 million mansions. They don't care what they're writing. As long as it comes together and it sounds okay, let's promote it. Let's, continue writing an album. Let's go on tour so we can pay for our houses. I mean, Lord knows that Kirk Hammett went ahead and bought one house for $12 million, didn't want to have a neighbor, so he bought the house literally next door, which is identical to his first house, and he bought that one for $12 million. So then he had $24 million locked up in two separate houses. I think he actually sold one since then, but that's the kind of hitting the lottery that we're talking about. So, when you have a $24 million mortgage, your monthly payments on your mortgage is more than $10,000, So you're going to have to come up with at least, $150,000 a month just to pay your mortgage. So I get why they have to do that. To be honest, this is after the third time I listened to it. I remember thinking, these guys have the longevity and they're writing music to just show that they are still around. And I think it was Kerry King who recently said something along the lines of, hey, oh no, it wasn't Kerry, it was Dave Mustaine. And he said something along the lines of, and I'll paraphrase, Metallica has to create some kind of a new reunion with the four bands, whatever, Slayer, who would you, I don't know. It's always Slayer, Metallica, Megadeth, and who would you say is the fourth? Sometimes it's Anthrax, sometimes it's Exodus, depending on who you kind of deem to be on that list. But they've been around for ages, and I honestly think that if another band, any band, a new band, a band that's been around for 10 years, a band that's been around for 20 years, if they wrote a song like that, I think they would be laughed at. I honestly think that, that song only flies with Metallica and Metallica only. And I can attribute that, and again, this is just my opinion, to the fact that the Black Album was so taken in well by the public that everyone was kind of saying that they sold out. But what band doesn't want to sell out in return for all these riches? I think, it kind of happens. Some bands start off heavy and then they kind of realize like, hey, we're not getting any radio play alongside Taylor Swift. So let's try to write something that will suit that kind of radio time, and we can all be living in $1 million mansions. So that's, I think, what Metallica is just going by. And, I think their next album will be radio friendly. But again, these guys have you ever seen James Hetfield's car collection? Like, it's sick. It's the epitome of millionaires not knowing what the heck to do with your money. And James also filed for divorce with his wife, so she's going to end up taking half of his shit, which is why I always tell my boys, don't get married, because it's kind of rough out there. So guys, leave a comment below. Leave your opinion on the comments. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. I see both camps and their valid opinions, and and why they love the new song, why some guys hated, why some were in between. But let me know what you guys think. Again, you know, there's no bashing here. Just share why you like it, why you don't like it. Again, I like it. And I don't like it. And, you know, I'm a Libra, so I'm always going to be somewhere in between. So, guys, thank you so much for watching my craziness. Click on the subscribe button if you haven't, you jerk. And as usual, I will talk to you soon. Oh, next video. The Soldano SLO pedal is great, but greater when you're using it as a preamp and hitting it with a with your favorite boost. So I'm actually using my VFE standout, and that's going to be the very next video. So guys, thank you so much for watching again, and I will watch you. Watch you? No, I'll see you in the next video.